Are you tired of your run-of-the-mill sex toys? Look no further than Dame Products, a sexual wellness brand set on design-forward, community-based pleasure education. And what I love about this brand is that they have something for everyone. Whether you're coupled, single, whatever, you can find the perfect toy for your pleasure. They also have great curated sets. If you want a little hands-free, partners optional, even if you're a beginner, Dame Products toys are perfect. And as a Boonie Breakdown listener, you can receive 10% off your purchase by using the code Boonie10. That's Boonie, all caps, 10 to save 10% on your purchase at Dame Products. The link can be found in the show notes and on thebooниebreakdown.com. Hey y'all, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to the Boonie Breakdown podcast, your source for all things responsible and ratchet. All right, welcome to this week's episode. We're here for episode 195. Our guest is the homie, Shika. We're here for another Shit Hits Different. This episode of Shit Hits Different, we are dissecting the great African-American classic called Soul Food. This one was fun to dissect. It was funny after we finished recording this episode, both Shika and I said we thought Soul Food aged really well. It's so interesting going back and kind of watching some of these movies and seeing things that didn't age well. They aged perfect. This one aged really good. It is a funny kiki. I hope you guys enjoy Shika and I breaking this down. So stick around for that conversation. All right, hop right into my pick of the week. This week, I gotta shout out Nordstrom. You know why they're so great? It's because they take anything back. You don't have to give a reason why you're returning it. Just here, I take it. If you did not know, most Nordstroms right now are also doing curbside returns. And so that has been happening to me. Not happening to me. I've been using that as a way to not go into the store and spend more money. Come pick this up at my car and take it in there. I don't need to see shit else y'all have in this store, but it's just so interesting because these stores don't have shit know-how. But I fucking love Nordstrom. I think it is the perfect department store. You know, the stores are dying, but Nordstrom has stayed true. You can get some low-end stuff, you can get some high-end stuff, and everything in between. So shout out to Nordstrom this week. I hope you aren't going to be late. I have already started doing my Christmas shopping because if you follow me on my personal Instagram, you know I have been personally stalking the shipping containers that are all stuck off the coast near California. And I feel like all of that shit is going to make Christmas shopping a bit more difficult. So I have started early. I'm hopefully would like to be finished by the end of this month. I really don't want to be doing much shopping in December at all, unless it's for me for my birthday. But Nordstrom, that's bae right there.
Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
Not now.
All right, feedback from episode 194, I Heart Jordans and Good Big Dicks with Tashia of the Sneaker Exhibit. So much good feedback on this episode. I know an episode is really good when KG sends me a text like, the episode was good. That's my marker. That's when I know I knocked it out of the park, when KG texts me. I had someone I also know in real life kind of message me like, hey, and then we ended up having a 30-minute conversation about the episode. This is also a guy. So I thought it was interesting this week. I got so much feedback about this episode from guys. On Talk to Boonie Tuesday, I'd asked so many women, had you ever brought one of your boo things a pair of shoes? So many of you said exactly what my mama told me. You buy a nigga a pair of shoes, he's gonna walk out your life. You don't buy nigga shoes. So it was so interesting. It's always funny like where these little folk stories come from. Like who mama made that shit up and now it has survived the generations. But when I asked that question, 58% of women who answered that poll said yes, they had bought a man a pair of shoes. So if you have not listened to episode 194, I encourage you to go back, listen to it. It's funny, it's laughs, some good dialogue as well. And so it's a great episode to check out. Also, last week I dropped my 6th annual Boonie's Black Friday shopping guide that features over 50 Black-owned businesses to help you find the perfect gift for you or those on your list for this holiday season. So you can find that over at thebooniebreakdown.com. It's right on the homepage if you scroll down a bit. And you can find it in a link on Instagram, so many places. I'll link it in the show notes as well. But be sure to support some Black businesses, some local businesses, some small businesses, and women-owned businesses this holiday season. Don't just give all your money to Amazon and Target if you can, but try to spread that money with some smaller businesses. Be sure to share the guide with people that you know. And it's a great way to help some smaller businesses get new customers or even just get visibility and brand awareness. And if you're new here at the Boonie Breakdown, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope that you are following us on social media, on Facebook and Instagram at the Boonie Breakdown, on Twitter, just at Boonie Breakdown. All right. And when sharing this episode, be sure to use the hashtag the Boonie Breakdown, the hashtag pod NPODIN. You can tag us, put it in your Insta story. You can send a tweet. Just drop the link to the episode in your fucking group chat. That helps so much. So many of you have told me I've been sharing and sharing and sharing, and I just really appreciate it. I do see that correlation in our number of downloads. When you guys enjoy an episode and you share it, I see it. I see the results of my work. So I appreciate you guys so much. If you want to go a step further, we have a wonderful Patreon community. We have a group chat. We have monthly live events. They get extra Would You Rather Wednesday questions sometimes. So it's a great, great community we're building over there. So you can join us on Patreon at patreon.com/the Boonie Breakdown. I love, love, love when you guys sign up and join. We actually had an event last week that was phenomenal. And if you can't make the live events, majority of the replays, if it's an event that is worthy of recording, the replays are posted on Patreon so you can go back. People watch them all the time. Rewatch the thing. If it's a exercise, sometimes it's good to have a little refresher and go back and watch them. So you have access to all of those great things. If you join right now, you can go back and watch all of the replays from everything this year. You get access to all of that as soon as you join. So again, you can sign up at patreon.com/the Boonie Breakdown. So that is it for me. So let's get ready to break it down. Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and I have our favorite here. Hey Shika girl.
Hey now.
How are you?
Oh, look at us. I am good. Enjoying this fine day off. How are you? Amen.
Thanks for a day off. I love your purple hair.
Thank you.
It's so cute. Your skin is all glowy. Come on now.
Yes. And finally, the natural is doing what it needs to do.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Can I tell you? Mm-hmm. I recently started acupuncture. And I don't know. I was just so willing. I had been so stressed out and so, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like a little bit anxious and some anxiety. And I normally don't have anxiety, but I was physically feeling it in my body, like in my back, like right here in my like shoulder and neck. And so I got a massage that temporarily helped. Like, oh, that felt great. Pin on the massage. And then I was like, it came back. I was like, nah, we gotta try something else. So my health insurance pays for some sessions of acupuncture. Nice. So I was like, all right, let's give this a go. The first session, I was like, okay. The second one, okay, I think it's something to it, because we were working on. They only focus on the pressure points with whatever affliction you're trying to think.
Right.
So it was stress. So we were doing a detox and reboot. And so she was working on stress, my energy levels. And then the other thing is, it's so funny, people are going to laugh, but I'm fat, but I don't eat. I really do not eat. And that's why I'm fat, because my body's in starvation mode, all day long. Like
I went through that. My doctor told me that when I was younger.
Yeah, she's like, so the acupuncture is like, dragged me again, even though one of my friends had already dragged me. So she's like, yeah, don't matter what you do, you're never going to lose weight because your body is literally in starvation mode. So let's get this. So we're working on my appetite and digestion.
Oh, wow.
So after the second session, usually on my period, I have no energy. Like I am, even on my heavy day, I was still so energetic. I didn't feel fatigued. I was like, okay, acupuncture. Then this week I went for my third session and bitch, the sleep that I got in that motherfucker, her table is heated.
Yes.
So then so I'm laying on my stomach because all of the pressure points we're doing are in my back and my neck. She does some in my feet. So I'm laying on my stomach and I had my hands like this, but I was like, no, they're going to fall. So I tucked them. At one point, I don't even snore like that. I was snoring so loud. It woke myself up, air quotes, but it woke me up that I was like, I felt like I was looking at myself.
Right.
But I was still like, it was a really weird experience. The best fucking sleep. And I have good sleep. That was some good ass sleep for that hour. She came in and touched me and I was like, oh, it scared me.
Yeah, that happened to me in my lash appointment because my lash girl has heated beds. So
that heated bed. Woo.
Let me tell you, I remember like knocking out completely that I started snoring. And I was like, and you can't open your eyes.
You can't. It's like
I couldn't really open my eyes, but I was like, oh, but you're sleep. Okay, you need to kind of wake up. But that shit is relaxing. I want to try acupuncture.
I really enjoy it. It doesn't hurt for people who are like, oh, it doesn't hurt. I hate needles. It feels a bee sting hurts more if you can. So it really does not hurt. So I'm all in on the acupuncture train now. So after next week, I don't have to go weekly. I can space them out. But my first 4 visits for me, she wanted me to come weekly. So I'd been going like every Monday. And wow. I just was really, I was so skeptical. Like, this shit ain't going to work.
Right. Congratulations. At least you got something to release the tension.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. And it was, so back to the massage. And then we're going to move on. So y'all know the massages y'all see on Instagram.
The nigga slap you in the forehead with the dick. Yeah.
Literally, I had like a semi-Instagram massage. Okay. My mama Ratchet set my ass up because she had the guy first. Okay. And so he comes to my house. I got a 90-minute massage. He also had a heated table. If you're a big girl, it was wide enough. It was sturdy enough. All this stuff. I was pumped. And I had on a little muumuu dress when he came up, just with panties on. So sometimes until I gauge my comfort level, I usually start with the panties and then, bitch, I should have not wore no panties. He literally massaged everything but my clitoris. Literally. At one point, I'm laying there, sleep. He's using hot oils. And because it was hot oil, his hands felt like hot stones. Oh, it was so amazing. But then I heard the table go crunk, crunk. I said, wait a minute, I ain't even moved.
Right.
This nigga mounts me. He's on top of me on the massage table, y'all. And I was like, so I tensed up. And then he felt me tense up. And he's like, relax. And he's like rubbing my back. Now I'll give him kudos though, because this nigga's literally sitting on my ass. Y'all see my ass? It's a shelf. It's big. And I was like, if I feel this nigga's dick, I'm going to lose my shit.
Right.
I don't know what he was doing. Did he tuck?
Yes, maybe he tucked it. Maybe he tucked his dick just in case.
Maybe he's rubbed enough bitches. His dick don't get hard now no more on it. Maybe. But I was just like, oh my God. And you just had to succumb because then he was in my shelf, in my bag. And he was really getting it. But the nigga sitting like he's mounted me. Then we flip over. So I'm on my back now. So he stretches all your legs out each way. And I'm like, yes, let me just say the massage was 12 out of 10. Like I ain't even going front. He then takes the drape, you got the little thing. He just pull it down. He all on the titties. I said, what? I'm trying not to get aroused. He takes the drape and then he rolls it into your thigh and he moves the panties. He's in it. So literally, he did. I had to call somebody over here to touch my clit because I was horny as fuck when he left. Like,
yo, it's so funny we be having parallel stories because the first time I went to what is it called? Spa World in like Centerville.
Oh yes. I've heard of it. I've never been.
When the little Asian lady, first of all, she stood on me. She on my back. And I was like, is this feet? But then when she flipped me over, she definitely massaged my titties. And I was very confused. I was probably like, I was still in my 20s. And I was like, is the titty massage a part of it? Because I like it, but like also I did not expect you to massage my titties.
Did not expect. I literally know. Like I've had people do the breastbone, the chest bone, your clavicle.
Like this for me. I was like,
but not like all on the areola and nipple. I was stunned.
That shit is wild.
But the massage was A1. Can't front. Would do it again. Loved everything about it. And that is what it is.
Come in my home and massage me.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely booking again. That may be my birthday treat to myself since I'm like not going anywhere. I don't have no passport yet either. So still, like I sent that motherfucker off back in July.
Yikes. Well, you know what? I just contacted this company. It's called whatever. It doesn't matter. Because they're not a sponsor. But I bought peony bulbs to put in my backyard. I would love to have peonies. I'm such a plant.
Look at you. You're such a plant girl.
Yeah, no, I'm about to quit everything and go work at a botanical garden. But I ordered these bulbs in early October. And so, there's a certain time of the year you're supposed to put in. And I'm like, where the fuck are my bulbs? And they just emailed me back today about the goddamn shipping containers coming from Holland.
Listen.
And I was like, these fucking containers. I need to go Christmas shopping like yesterday.
Yeah. I told people I've already started Christmas shopping. I
hate the holidays, so I'm struggling.
Yeah, it's like Christmas is my favorite. And because I've been buying furniture for this new house and on my personal Instagram, if you follow me there, I have been sharing all of the stories about the shipping containers because if I hear one thing about these motherfucking shipping containers, I want my shit. But the shit is real. It's real right now. So if you're probably going to have to shop local for Christmas, if you have not already started, small and local, please probably.
Beware that the stores have been bare since.
Yeah, stores don't have shit in them.
I would sporadically go to Pentagon City in COVID or whatever. And I walked in Nordstrom and I was like, y'all don't have shit in here.
Nothing.
It's fucking sucks. Like, I don't know what we're going to do, y'all.
Yeah, I've been trying to get I like a particular type of towel and stuff. You go on Target, them aisles is bare.
Target too.
Target don't have shit in that motherfucker.
Oh my God. It is sad.
Yeah, so a lot of these stores really just don't have a lot of things. And what's been happening to me with some of my furniture pieces that I've ordered, some things I'm paying the $5 on, some things I'm not willing to pay the $5 on. So like my dresser, I ordered it. They canceled it.
Oh.
So then what some of the furniture companies have been doing is canceling what you ordered months ago because the inventory is so low. So they're not making money. And then they'll put it's available on their website, but they raise the price. So my dresser, they canceled the order. So I go look on the website, it's in stock. But now instead of it being $575, it's $1,275.
Shut the fuck up. $700 fucking more dollars.
I'm not paying the $5 there.
Oh, fuck, that's so much extra money.
It's so much extra money. So I've been running into that for certain things. So at this point now, I think I have all of the furniture that I've been waiting for. The other two pieces I was waiting for got canceled. My media console and my dresser. So yeah. So that's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't started shopping, then you need to start shopping.
I need to get on it. And my mama's birthday, she's a like Turkey Day person. So her birthday's coming up. And I'm like, I have to order from somebody that I've ordered from, in the last few months that I've gotten my shit fairly timely, like a Sephora. Sephora's been
certain places, if it's in stock, they've been good. No, I would agree with that. But the places that are fucked up are fucked up. So speaking of the holidays and Turkey Day, I wanted us to do another shit that hits different. And I hit up Shika and I'm like, girl, we gotta watch Soul Food. Because I feel like Soul Food gonna hit a little different with the eyes. And so watched it. I had not watched the full movie in a long time. But it really did. Certain parts of that movie hit different too.
It was definitely Ahmad's age when the movie came out. Like, I feel like we were more close.
No, we were 90. It came out in 97. So 97, I was definitely in the 7th grade.
Yes. So we were watching it because I don't think I've seen it fully either as an adult. So seeing it and remembering how I felt, first of all, my period is next week, so I did not expect to watch this shit and be emotional as fuck. Like, remember I text you? I knew you were asleep, and I was like, bitch, not me being teary-eyed.
Yeah, you be up at the crack of dawn.
I was shook. I was like, come on now. Like, I don't know.
It definitely, definitely hit different. I did look up some of fun facts because I was curious about some things. Soul Food was filmed in 36 days.
Really?
Yes, it was filmed in 36 days. It was something with the production company, Babyface's production company. Mm-hmm. In order to film it, for him to get it, they had to film it in that time frame because if they had pushed, they wanted to film it in 1997. But if they had waited, Babyface's company could not have done it. And so they filmed it in 36 days for Babyface to get it. My first question was, before we actually hit some points, when it came up and it started, and I was like, damn, what happened to Ahmad? Like,
I was going to Google him and I was like, bitch, are you being thirsty? Like, I was going to Google to see what he looked like now. Cause I thought about that.
Well, it's so funny. A lot of people must have did it because as I was typing in Ahmad, it came up like his picture. He's there. If you're watching on Patreon, there's his picture.
Fine. I knew he was gonna grow up and be fine. I knew it.
Yeah, but it seems like he did like a couple of other movies. Because I think he was like in Menace to Society.
Okay.
Because he was like the young Kane.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But he didn't do much. He was like in Waiting to Exhale, remember?
Okay.
And so I went back and Googled. So he did Menace to Society, Tales from the Hood, Waiting to Exhale, Space Jam. Soul Food was like his big role. And he did some like TV shit after that. But really, he did not do much. And it's just so shocking because he was like pretty much the like elite. Like it was from his point of view. Yeah.
And he did amazing.
Yeah, I thought he did good. He wasn't like a corny child actor, but that was literally my first thought when it started. I was like, what happened to Ahmad? Like he didn't do anything else.
I feel like child actors who like fall off find other jobs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I also, and when I was Googling it, and I guess nothing came of it, they said in 2015, it was announced that they were planning a sequel film called More Soul Food. But I guess nothing happened with that. I don't know. Maybe it's in the works. Yeah. I also never watched the television show.
No, I did. I remember watching it.
Because we ain't had Showtime when I was growing up.
We had somebody, we were still in probably, but still.
Yeah, so now I want to go watch the show. Like I forgot it was a television show too.
It was a really good show. I think I had fell off at some point, but it was quite because Melinda Williams played Bird, I believe.
Yes.
I remember that. I remember that. Yes, it was good.
So they had if you also did not know, for the role of Terry, which was Vanessa Williams, Halle Berry and Whitney Houston were considered for that role.
Oh wow. I could see either of them actually.
They were considered for that role. And for the role of Bird, they considered Regina King, Kenya Moore, and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Kenya Moore.
Kenya Moore.
Kenya Moore was a little actress.
And then they said Vivica Fox auditioned for the role of Terry, but then she landed the role of Maxine instead. So
I used to like Vivica Fox.
So, okay, before we get to the plot, Vivica, I always thought she was so, like, to me in like the late 90s, early 2000s, she was just so pretty. She had a banging body.
Beautiful.
Like, she was just such a pretty woman. And so when she started doing all that weird plastic surgery shit to her face, it was making me sad because she was just so fucking pretty. Like, Vivica Fox is a bad one. Like,
yeah, she was my fave. I think she was one of my faves in the movie. I remember that, like, when I watched it younger, I really liked her in the movie. She looks so good.
She looks so good.
I cannot look at her and look at her new nose because
I hate I feel like she did some stuff to correct, which made things a little better. But at one moment there, she was looking a little weird in the face. So the movie opens up at the reception of Bird and Lim. And I must say, first of all, why the fuck were their exes invited to, like, at their wedding reception?
So confused.
So you have Samuel.
He popped up. He was the pop-up, which I was
popped
like,
up and was feeling her up in the wedding dress. And then you got Lim over here letting his ex bust it open.
Why was she dancing so goddamn hard? Like Momma was doing the most.
Okay? He would have bottled, like, it was the hoodest thing I'd ever seen.
It was so much, even though there is a picture of my dad at my parents' wedding with the bottle of champagne, like bow tie undone, looking quite faded. Now there's no hoochies dancing on him, but I was just like, oh, relatable. Okay, I can see how you get here.
And I thought it was so great because at first, like, my first thought was like, I forgot about this because I hadn't watched it in so long. I forgot about the scene where Nia Long comes back in, like, who is that hoochie coochie with her fat ass on my husband? Yes. I would have been fucking that bitch up and him up. Because what the fuck? We just got married an hour ago.
Was ready. Pregnant and all. Pregnant and all. She said, we need to go out there and beat her ass.
We need to beat her ass. Oh my God, that scene. But what a great opening scene. It was such a not country. It was such a black wedding, like in a little church reception hall where your mama done cooked all the food.
Yes, buffet style.
Yes, buffet style. And then I'm laughing too, because it's like, I think we said this when we did Shit Hits Different for Thin Line Between Love and Hate. It was also nice to see, like, Vivica Fox, it was her hair. It wasn't no weave, like the makeup and hair and the fashions of the 90s are on full display there. So it's just interesting how people look so different now.
Especially,
than they do then. Than we did then.
Yeah.
Then we get to Big Mama house. They are eating Sunday dinner. They're introducing why it's soul food and Sunday dinner.
Right.
How fucking horny do you gotta be to fucking your mama's bathroom while they in the kitchen frying chicken?
Gotta be a lot of horny. A lot of horny. But I don't know, for some reason I felt like at some point did they live there too?
So they were living there.
Yeah.
Because because if you go to the scene where he finally got the job and she had the rules cut up,
right, they was in the house.
He said, we're gonna have enough money to get our own place.
But they weren't the only horny ones. The pastor.
Oh my God.
Why wasn't anybody beating his ass? I did not understand.
He was so out of pocket.
He was so extra. kissing on everybody.
Especially when Cousin Faith showed up.
And then you get to come to dinner every week, my nigga. No, he needs to go. Big
That is
Mama was known
something
for keeping
Black
him
families be letting the pedophiles sit at the table.
He was gross.
He was disgusting.
I hated him. Every time I saw his face, I was like, here you go.
Because what did he say? Oh, he was out of pocket at the reception. He said, yes. I said Bird, and he was like, Bird said, I need to have sex every day. He said, oh, put the Reverend down for Tuesday. I'm like, we would not be
around.
We would not be going to that church.
I remember they showed the montage of him kissing on each one of them, face like all, and everybody like, sir, no.
And when Cousin Faith shows up, she has on a crop top with the fur coat. He reached into the coat, and touched her.
You niggas are disgusting for reaching into bitches you don't know coats to her.
That was so out of pocket. It was
so
not
gross.
even funny. The pastor was nasty as fuck.
Yeah, he blew. I was like, yo, were pastors really like that? Because like I grew up going to church. Now I don't know. Because I was like, I know I would have absolutely hated church.
Yeah, my pastor ain't do all that. I went to church too. But yeah, my pastor wasn't doing all that and touching me and kissing on everybody flagrantly like that. So that is disgusting. I also wanted to know, because every time they showed the food scenes, I was like, how much weight did those motherfuckers gain filming this movie?
Also, who cooked the food? I was wondering, who was their caterer?
That's a good point too.
Like real home cooked food.
It was. I was like, that macaroni cheese looked like it was hitting.
Yes. Chicken dumplings. I was like, that looks amazing. But yeah, it was so much fucking food.
It was so much food, and it all looked so good. But I was really watching it like, who was cooking all that? Like, how much weight did they gain? I'm gonna see who cooked the food.
Right.
Let me see if it come up. But I was just flabbergasted if they had to keep doing if they had to keep like doing
because
scenes.
Think about takes or whatever. Because I listen to a podcast about a show. So sometimes too, though, if they have to like retake it or whatever, the actors will just like spit it out or something like that. So I don't know.
Maybe that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense, because I was really thinking that. So now we're gonna fast forward. We see like Terry and Maxine don't get along, and then they do a cutaway as to why they don't get along, and it's because Maxine essentially stole Kenny from Terry.
Did.
So
I don't even know.
Was Maxine wrong for stealing her sister's man?
Not
like, where's he? Would you say he was her man, or they were just dating? So was she wrong?
Dating. And well, see, this is 2021 me, because I feel like people back then, yes, they took like high school relationships and shit seriously, where I feel like most of the people you date in your 20s shouldn't probably be taken so seriously, but that's my own shit. So I felt like, did she really steal him? It seemed like maybe they were on a first date or something, and he saw the sister and was like, damn, I fuck with the sister.
No, it did, because they were at the skating rink.
Yeah.
So and he was feeling her.
Mama said in order for her to go out, you had to bring the sister. So I feel like the way he was looking was like, that's the first time he saw her. So I was like, maybe it was a first date, and then now maybe he kept talking to you.
Clearly, because then Terry tried to beat her ass at the car.
They were fighting hard. They were really
But it's
fighting.
just like, but then it made you feel bad, because then Terry was like, later in the movie, like, I'm still jealous that y'all together all these years. And now she is on her second marriage, and we're going to get to the fuck up part. But like, she's on her second marriage. So she still was jealous that, you're a good man.
I think that was part of her beef with her, though.
Yeah, totally. I think it was like,
never let it go.
Never.
And it's like they obviously probably are a better fit. Because let me tell you, I hate the Terrys of the family. Okay.
So, I gotta say this. I saw a little bit of Terry in me.
Ooh, did you now?
I saw a little Terry in me in the sense
You
that
also been a caregiver, so I can.
I was like in the role that like I've been the caregiver at times. I was the financial stability, the physical stability for a lot of people. And so I get Terry's frustration where it's like, automatically Terry's money. You think I'm an ATM. And so I kind of was like, girl, I feel you, sis.
But you weren't a bitch about it. She was a bitch.
No, she did. She liked to throw it in people's faces, which I don't necessarily do. Yeah. But I did empathize with Terry in the sense that it does get exhausting when you're the only one who can help.
And so that's what I didn't like. It's the throwing in the face. Because it's like, okay, maybe you shouldn't have helped.
Anybody. And I also did not like that, like, I felt like sometimes Maxine assumed just because she should give.
Yes. And because we see that later in the movie, she was like, well, we just figured that, Terry, you can pay and we pay y'all back. And it was just like, no. You're like,
no, ask her and let her make the choice to say, yes, I can help. I want to help, etc. So that part is so funny because when I was younger, that part never even fazed me. But that was one thing I honed in on very quickly. Like, whoo, I see myself in Terry. Because people do just assume because you have the means, then you can just always help. But like, ask me. The answer might always be yes for certain people, but at least ask me. Just don't assume that I'm gonna help. I have to help. I should help. So because Maxine at the end, like, that part, I was like, wait a minute, we just figured you was gonna pay.
That's not how you present that. Yeah.
I also liked with Maxine, her and Kenny were cute because he was still like so in love with her and like he was like, oh, you fine. Like she just had a baby in her robe, but he like trying to fuck.
Yeah.
But then I also do, let me write this down before we get to it. I felt like a lot of the niggas in the movie had audacity.
They did.
So you got first, I felt like we can transit Bird and Lim. Now, I wish we had gotten more backstory as to why her and Samuel did not work and how she met Lim. Because it was a play there, like you have the fine guy with money.
Yeah.
And then you end up with a jailbird.
Yeah. And also, how long were they together before getting married? Like,
I wish we had some backstory because they were still playing a lot of games. And so I thought about another shit that hits different we did. Why these niggas always gotta come to your job and act up?
Yo. He slammed that door and I was like, yo, you just $500 in damages right there. and then you push me up against the wall, my nigga.
You screaming my business in front of all my clients and employees.
Yo.
Showed his ass.
He showed his whole ass.
Samuel showed his ass coming up in there, giving the break. Like, why these niggas keep coming to their job?
Yeah.
He showed the shot with the bracelet. But I do feel like this was a hard thing. Bird should have known she fucked up.
She should have told him.
She was so out of pocket.
Like, you can't ask. And Maxine, again, Vivica was just perfect. She told him, you cannot ask your ex-man to get your new man a job without telling him. He's going to feel slighted. First of all, men's ego, big part of sense of their self is tied into their money and how they provide.
Yeah.
He already didn't want to tell you he lost his job, which was his fuck up, but we're on her. Because of the embarrassment. And then you sneakily knowing what type of nigga the light-skinned one is. Because Samuel could not wait. Also, I hated how they I hated and loved it how when he was talking shit to Lim, they zoomed in on his mouth. Because I
Yes.
felt like that was all Lim saw and was like, oh, because somebody's been saying some shit to me that I absolutely don't like. And all I see is their mouth and me running right up in it.
That scene was filmed so well. It was also bothering me that his teeth were different colors. Like,
oh
they
my
weren't.
gosh.
I was like, why is one so white and one so yellow?
Like caps? What happened? Did he lose a couple of teeth?
Yeah, I don't know. It was very strange.
Yeah.
But that scene was filmed so well because they were zoomed in on his mouth, and then you could just see Lim was just like, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up.
Yeah. He was so confused. And, she just should have talked to him about that. Or sit back and let him figure it out himself. That's the thing. Like, I feel like, especially in relationships, especially with men and women, like, sometimes men don't want the help. And you can try your damnedest, and then they will resent you for the help that you gave. Because he was real happy when he got that fucking job back, right? Everything was fine and dandy.
He was like, because they know I'm a skilled, hard worker.
Right. But also, she had like got you the job. So
my ass being me, I had to look up because he was like making $80,000 a year. I had to look up what $80,000 in 1997 is today.
What is it?
So today it's $137,863.68.
Okay, so he
was so I had to put this in 2021 terms because he act just like how niggas act who got a good job now, right? He is a good on paper nigga.
Yes, yes, he is a GS-13 or so.
Yeah, he a GS-13.
You know how the government niggas are. Yeah. Yes,
that's how them niggas act. If you're in the DC DMV area, you know what we're talking about.
They swear they hot
make a little money, who are cute, got a job, they make some money, they don't got no kids, they think they hot shit, they good on paper niggas. That's all I saw, because I was like, I don't encountered a few of them niggas just like him. I need to put it in 20, because when they said $80,000, I was like, nigga, that's not a lot of money. But in 97,
it was a lot of money.
A little coin. So I said, what is that today?
You mentioned that about the government and that type, because I realized watching this, younger me remembered. And I was like, I always like a Kenny type of nigga. That's always, I am still there. I was like a lawyer because Vanessa Williams' husband, what was his name?
Miles.
I was like, definitely, I remember not feeling it with Miles. Lim, it was either Lim or Kenny for me. And I was like, you are still that girl.
So I'm gonna definitely say I probably would have did Lim because I just don't like J.O.
Now I hope I graduated, but I have definitely been.
Yeah, but no, Lim he had throwdown. Because one of my favorite scenes with him is when they come into the house and find out she's not working. And her little gay friend was like,
favorite part, yeah.
But I'm with you. I'm okay with a good blue collar nigga who love me when I'm in a robe holding the baby, bringing home an Apple computer. That's the kind of nigga I want.
Exactly. I'm like, I like that middle lane. I don't need you to be this flashy. Oh, I'm so special. I actually hate it.
Yeah,
because
I struggle.
It feels like me too, sir.
So here's the thing. I love fine niggas. I love cute niggas. And a lot of them had that mentality. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like, and so it's the struggle because it's like I don't care, but I really do like fine niggas. And I know that's like my toxic that's like a touch point for me.
And I do too. But then I get annoyed. I get annoyed really, really quickly. And the older I get,
that's fair.
The quicker I get annoyed. And I just feel like you're fine and all, but like not fine enough for this.
You're not fine enough for this. I feel like a lot of niggas need to hear that because them good on paper niggas really will walk around like, oh, I got this check, and act like their shit don't stink. Motherfucker, no, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. I'm
real down to earth, sir, and we're probably on the same pay grade. So I need you to calm it down. Because who do you think you are? Because me too. Period.
Look, you mentioned Miles. He was the last nigga. This motherfucker had audacity too, because I need to point out. First of all, Michael Beach always plays a motherfucker.
Fuck nigga.
All the time.
That's why I always hated him.
I've never seen him in a role where he didn't do fucked up shit. He always plays a motherfucker. So even in The Harder They Fall, when it started and I saw his face, I was like, I knew he did something to get shot because he always plays a motherfucker.
He's never a decent one.
Never. I have never seen so many people, like somebody play so many. Even when he was on Law and Order SVU. Now, you know that's my shit.
Day one?
He was the download nigga that gave his wife AIDS and then killed a motherfucker trying. So let me tell you, Michael Beach never plays a good character.
It's so funny because I remember that episode like the back of my hand.
It's one of my favorite episodes.
It was really good though. It was a really good one.
Because my favorite too, Ice-T, don't get me started on Law and Order SVU. He's talking to the guy. He was like, that means you're gay.
Ice-T was
like, Ice-T is funny shit. The guy was like, man, I'm not gay. I just sleep with niggas. Oh, he didn't say niggas. He said, I just sleep with men sometimes.
Right.
And Ice-T is like, I hate to break it to you. That means you're gay. That is one of my favorite episodes.
Ice-T's son was gay.
Yes, his son was gay.
So he felt like he was well versed. And he was like, let me tell you, sir. You, sir, are gay.
That's one of my favorite episodes of SVU. But Michael Beach being a motherfucker in that too. So we have to go back. He was poor in communication. I did not feel like Terry was asking for much. She was a little harsh in her approach. It was some money missing. Oh, I took $5,000 out. Her thing was, well, next time you take money out the accounts, just let me know. Yeah. That seems like a fair fucking request.
It is.
I saw so much of myself in Terry because that's how I am with all these. I be telling these niggas, just communicate and tell me. Just say what you want. Just tell me. That's all she asked.
And I feel like he probably had been doing things like that enough that now when she does communicate with him, she's harsh. Because that's too. After a certain point, if I find myself having the same fucking conversation with you, when I first started out talking to you like this, it's not going to be this anymore. It's going to be, why the fuck didn't you? And then it's probably going to be more aggressive and you're going to feel a way about it. And I'm not saying it's right, but this is how I got here.
For sure. So I saw Terry and myself again. I was like, sis, yes. Like, she's like, nigga, you don't got to huff and puff and run away. All I'm saying is just inform me next time because it's a joint, a motherfucking account. All right. That would seem simple. Then this nigga, she can't go to his performance. Like, all right, Terry, you got to support his little dream. She was diminishing his little dream. Like, I thought this was a hobby, all this shit. But I also felt like he could have, maybe there was a conversation missing there. Like, hey, this is more of a passion versus I quit the firm today or whatever the fuck he said to her, right? So she doesn't go to the performance. Cousin Faith goes.
But before you go on, I also felt like she forgot. So I feel like it was one of those things like I told you 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, and I'm busy.
Or not even that I'm busy, but maybe he told her. And then his next time reminding her was the night of. Because I'll be forgetting shit. If I don't put it in my calendar, it might skip. I just told you I forgot some shit. I was like, oh, I forgot to RSVP. It skips my mind if I don't do it in a moment and I get distracted. So
same.
With her working the way, I feel like she was okay with pushing it off because he hadn't reminded her and she forgot. Like, well, fuck it, I got work to do.
No, that's fucking fair. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Then you got Cousin Faith comes up, right? And we all know the 80-20 rule. So here goes Cousin Faith giving him the 20. that Terry isn't giving because she showed up to his little dry ass show. And
that's what annoyed me. Because I feel like if he was really gating for that 20, he should have fucked her that night and not some days later.
So part of me felt like in watching that separately, Faith was just out of pocket even when she's saying dance with me.
Okay, yeah, I'm not dancing.
I'm not dancing with somebody like somebody's
no.
known husband.
No.
Especially if they're not there.
That part.
So I was like, okay, that's step one, strike two.
You know,
strike one for me was her just showing up.
Her just showing up.
Because I felt like she knew what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah, just like how what she say to him when she first mentioned the show to him. But I guess she was like, I heard you and Terry.
I heard you talking to Terry. Yeah.
So now you in our business, one, and you show up. I feel like she showed up with the intention.
She showed up with the intention.
You know when you got a nigga, right?
Yeah.
And you know when it's like, if I play this right, I'm gonna get him. And that's all it was. Now he tried to be tote the line of like, oh, this is family. But that
I think he tried to, he felt it that night, but he was trying, to your point,
yeah,
push
he
it off.
tried.
Then here comes Terry. And you up in the motherfucking studio on the roof giving some dry ass humps. Now, Terry better than me. I guess because Ahmad was there.
I guess so.
She didn't want to cause a scene in front of the baby.
Mm-hmm.
But then she also held that secret in for a couple days until the party. And Terry knew what was up when she walked in that house and she looked over and saw that pillow on the floor and that beer bottle and that. She was like, wait a fuck. She did like a little glance around the table when they went upstairs. My thing was, we have to give the kudos to Vanessa Williams because I don't know if many people know, but the iconic line, fuck the family.
Yes.
I let the family in my house and they fucked my husband. Faith fucked my husband, right? That was all ad-lib.
Really?
I watched an interview.
Oh, she did improv. That's amazing.
Yeah, I watched an interview with her like a couple years ago, and she was saying that fuck the family, all that. Yeah. That was not in the script. It was all ad-libbed.
No,
iconic.
He did that. She did that. Like the delivery. It was like a call and response because she hit him with a and nobody answered because they knew she had lost her shit.
Yeah, the whole scene is brilliant. Because then here comes Maxine. She's like, Miles, like, damn, nigga.
Like such I was rooting for
even her shoulders dropped. She was like,
yeah, she was just like,
Miles. And she's like, that's right. I let family in my house. Family fucked my husband. And they're all like,
back to Michael Beach. Okay.
He was a bitch ass. He didn't say much the whole fucking movie. Because I feel like so many of the scenes they cut to him and he was just like
standing.
Like dramatic stares.
And you know what? That might have been by design. My mind just started, but I feel like maybe because he was the second husband, maybe he was in an awkward space of not knowing how to really mix in the family on top of him and her having issues. Maybe that was like supposed to be his role. But what I really did not appreciate, because here's something about okay, you cheat and you're going to feel guilty. Sure. But I was embarrassed for the both of them to decide to have sex and just totally disregard Terry in a way, have sex up against the wall, and y'all both like walk away and crumble somewhere. I was so annoyed because what was the fucking point?
I hate that whole scene.
It annoyed me.
It did.
Also, you came inside of her, Goofy, because I just feel like
I thought about that too. And then the other part that was the most egregious part of this, you in our motherfucking house, fucking my cousin, while my mama in the hospital fighting for her life. Nigga, I'd have spazzed fuck him all. I'd have spazzed so hard on that nigga.
Yo, and that made me think too, like, has he cheated before? Like, I don't know where she got that, but maybe she's used to kind of like saving face, because I would not.
Maybe I would have lost my shit.
Been, Ahmad, get your ass downstairs in the house. Boom, I'm kicking through the door.
Yeah,
like,
I'd have been up in that motherfucker's face. You fucking my cousin while my mama is in the hospital in a coma. That's enough for her to have stabbed him right there.
How dare you?
That scene triggered me so bad. And I have never even been like openly cheated on. If I was, I did not know. But some shit like that, like, no, buddy, no.
I'm going to fight everybody.
So that scene at the party, she grabbed that is one of the best scenes of the whole movie. And so once I found out she ad-libbed the lines, and then she grabbed that knife and chased them, and then she turned and saw that bitch.
And shout out to Vanessa Williams. Shout out to the extras in the background, because I was really hearing their response.
They were like, oh.
Like, it was good. They really did a good job. Everybody really did that. The way, and I was like, I know that level of madness when it's just like, I don't really care about what happens here, but I'm gonna do what I need to do to get this off. And if it's like, chased all around with a knife, it's
but you see what niggas do? They drive successful, accomplished, sane women. That's why y'all pick up a knife and chase your ass in the middle of a party with dozens of witnesses.
Man. The fact that she even felt like she needed to eat that, like, was he still in the house? Like, how? I cannot be in your face after you killed me, and I'm a play, unless I plan on killing you. Like, I don't really see no other way or reason to play it cool.
Yeah, nah, I commend her on that shit, because all the Sagittarius fire in me would I'd been busting that studio up.
I have it. My chart really does not tone me down at all. That shit.
I'm like, I
would jump off the ledge with it.
Maybe my Virgo or Libra side would have kicked in, and I would have been like,
That's most of the time how the Virgo and Cancer will kind of tell me. I'm a cry too, for sure, but please believe I'm thinking about murder at the same time. It's not even, she held it together.
She held it together. And so now Cousin Faith, the only good thing I can say about Cousin Faith was her dance routine was very nice.
I was like, this is really good. I forgot how nice.
I forgot how good it was. She did.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Blacks used to like, give us a little bit of that Savion Glover, a little something to like hip hop or popular Black music. So that was cute. Oh, speaking of music, what a super group.
Oh yeah, I forgot. What was it? Milestone. Casey and JoJo.
I feel like they really listed them as Milestone.
I think they did on the soundtrack. I was going to say the soundtrack for Soul Food was hitting.
Impeccable soundtrack.
The soundtrack was a
group. They were a group for the movie for like however.
Yeah, because I think when I did go look, because I wrote down, don't forget to talk about the soundtrack. I do believe that they were listed as Milestone.
What was that? It was after 7 and Casey and JoJo?
Yeah. Yep.
AKA Milestone. Get into it, y'all. Get into
Milestone, which is how that was so funny. Also, it was some years later I connected that Cousin Faith was the girl in Showgirls.
Yes, they Jesse fucked. Or they
got raped. Yep.
Yeah.
I connected many years later, like, oh my God, that was
Jesse fucked the guy with the dreads. I forgot.
Yeah, no, she was the guy that got raped by the guy who was like the star. She was I can't think of her name, but she was the costume designer in Showgirls.
Yes.
That she was living with.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, look at Cousin Faith.
I mean,
She was in Showgirls. The last thing, this is just me being foolish. I said, why the fuck did they have that funeral outside in Chicago? They look cold as fuck. But Vivica was acting her.
She was. So good. She was so
and
good.
then I was like, why wasn't more people there for Mama Jo's funeral? Because the way they talked about her was like, everybody loved her.
That's how people are.
And it was only like 20 people at Big Mama funeral. And
that's how people are.
That part triggered me too, because as being a caregiver for my grandmother and having to talk her into doing things that she didn't want to do. That part, I was like, damn, that did hit a little different for me as well. She's like, nobody's cutting off my leg, and that's final.
I feel like we make it funny now on the internet, a Big Mama your arm, but when I was watching it, I was getting sad because I was like, it's happening.
We do. Like,
we like a joke out of Big Mama your arm, but that shit ain't funny.
It's not. She had diabetes because every time it's this time of year on Instagram, them pictures that go viral and people cooking the sweet potatoes and pouring 10 pounds of sugar in it. They be like, Big Mama, your arm.
We think that shit is funny, but in the movie, it was sad. And you know what really made it sad? Because Ahmad looked sad as shit. Because I felt like he knew some shit was off. Like, not you just burning. Like, come on, Big Mama, your arm.
He was like, Big Mama, your arm. That shit was funny as fuck in hindsight. It's like, ain't nothing that my herbs and turpentine can't solve. They're like,
oh my gosh,
that's your diabetes. It's so sad, and it's not sad, but it's kind of funny. But like, diabetes is like such a funny illness. I think it's the word. How come they couldn't give it like a better like glucose intolerance or something? Because it's like diabetes just sounds funny.
Sounds funny. Also, as Blacks, we call it the sugar, and I just, I don't know what to make of that.
Diabetes is just a funny ass name, yo. And Black people do call this the sugars.
And it's just like, I
feel like they need to come up with a new name for diabetes.
They should.
They really should. I just really, it's so sad. But it is a very serious disease. So
yeah, no, we're not laughing at diabetes, but like,
it's just like the name. It's just funny. Like, why is it diabetes?
I've only seen Big Mama Your Arm on the internet. Like, I had not seen the movie in like 10 years. So when it came up, I was like, yo, niggas ain't shit, because this is not even funny.
It's not. Her arm was in that motherfucking fire, yo.
For a minute, too. Yeah. I was just like, okay, no, this wasn't funny, but now it's funny again.
Oh, shit.
I was emotional the more that I watched the movie, because I was like, also because like big gatherings and stuff like that, I think my family used to do that for Christmas. We don't do that anymore. And I was just like, oh, I remember. And it's like missing now. So it might have been some of that too. I just felt
it is. I do feel like nowadays families don't gather the same way as we once did. Yeah. And so, especially too in my family, I have a small family. And so most of the elders in my family are deceased. Yep. And so there are really no old people in my family anymore. Yeah. Like my mom, the old people are in their 60s, which is not old. And so, yeah, I feel like that gathering and
I don't have any grandfathers, but my grandmothers are, but they're getting to the age where I'm like my house, and no, I'm not cooking a 5-course meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I'm
it's a lot different.
All of my biological grandparents are deceased. So I still have Pop, and but yeah, I'm just like, I think what really kills the families is when the matriarch dies and there's no one to replace it.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think for like my mom, it was like when my great grandmother died, that was the first break. And then for us, when my granny died. Yeah. So, and again, like my mama only 60, like she can't be a big mama at 6. Like,
look, we ain't got no kids.
Yeah. So like, who's she big mama in for?
But she a big mama from my brother, and now, like even well, my brother has a family, you know what I'm saying? So they could do, well, he also doesn't celebrate holidays. I don't really deal with my sister. So I think it was like, I was like, oh, like, I don't really do this with my family anymore. But then I remember there was a time was when I was a mod's age. So I felt, I think, more connected because there was a part of me looking too like, that's a lot of shit to clean up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. This is why I tell my family, and this big mama would never do this. I'm like, we're small. So it does not make sense for us to have 2 large meals back to 4 weeks apart.
Yeah.
So I sent the text out. Y'all pick Thanksgiving or Christmas. Christmas is my vote because Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
And so everybody's like, all right, Christmas. So we probably just go out to eat on Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll go pick up some plates from a few people I know who families gather. But my family is too small to be doing these large ass meals like that. So
I'm gonna ask my mom about that too, because like now it's most of the time me, my mom, my dad, my nephews and niece will probably pop up since, my brother doesn't really do the holidays, but it's us. So, but my mom's a Sag too. So like she loves the shit out of Christmas also. Like,
yeah, I love it.
Been Christmas shopping since last summer. She always going to have a gift ready. But I think it's hard for me to change her mind about picking one because I'm like, Thanksgiving, I could really chill at home. I could do Uber Eats or I can go out to eat. I don't need the whole thing. Also, turkey's about to be $3,000 for y'all.
Oh my God, the price of everything is so fucking high right now. Like, I just cannot.
Like, Miss never have turkey wings anymore. I went in there Sunday or Monday. I wanted to make turkey wings. All they had was the split turkey breast. And I settled for that the last fucking time I wanted turkey wings. I'm not doing it again. So it's like, we're not going to, we don't have to do that. I would be.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. One year for Christmas, we didn't cook. We went to Fogo de Chao hitting. Last year, I think, we ordered a meal from a caterer and I warmed it up and I made, like, my mom made a cake and we made extras to go with it. But the bulk of the meal was ordered and that was chef's kiss. So it's just like, I'm with you. Those traditions are gone. But I just feel like this too. It's hard to bring back Big Mama because Big Mama's gone. That image, grandmothers don't look the same. No. Like my granny would not be out here on TikTok putting on spandex dresses and heels trying to do a TikTok. And you see this shit and people be like, oh, she look good. No, and that's how people was in my DMs about that shit when I posted a couple weeks ago. Like, I'm not saying women don't look good, but she looks 70. Like, let's not play ourselves. She looks like an old ass woman.
She just has a tight body is what you.
Yeah, like she looks, I'm not saying she looked bad. She looks fine, but she also looks 70 fucking years old. Let's not play ourselves here. Right. And so, but that's what 70-year-olds are doing today. Everybody will look good and be in spandex and getting Botox and bullshit. The Big Mamas is gone.
Yeah.
I don't know. When is Big Mama not coming back? It's very few Big Mamas left.
We might be going into a new age. Like,
I want to be a Big Mama. I don't want to be J-Lo.
I want to be a Big Mama without a kid, baby.
Look, I always used to say this. People used to laugh at me. I always said I wanted to be a grandmother, but I didn't want to be a mother.
You could be, maybe
maybe I'll find a nigga who got kids, and then I could just be like a grandmother.
Oh, that is
like a bonus mom, and then a grandmother.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to birth anything
at this point. Birthing is just really not enough. Like, and people laugh at me when I say it, but I really mean this from the bottom of my toes. Like, the thought of being 40, anything with a toddler, fuck no. And then also the thought of me, like, I like sleep and I get up at the last possible moment most days. And so the thought of like, okay, in order for me to start my day, I have to get up at 5 something to get these little niggas ready for school and make lunches and all that shit. And then start my day. Fuck out of here. Yeah. Some days I can't even keep my eyes open at night. Yeah. And I got to do bedtime. I don't want to do that shit, honestly. So when I think about it, those things literally, the thought of doing those things repulses me. And so
I honestly don't.
I'm not interested.
So like, I don't have enough torso to carry a baby for 9 months.
All right. Well, this episode has been real. What?
I don't know. It just, maybe I'll carry small, but my mind immediately goes to like, where is the baby going to go? Well, I'm so short, and I just feel like it'll be like month 4, and I'm like, you know what? You need to sit down for the duration.
I could see it happening. My thing is, I legit don't like. I would have to lose weight to get pregnant to then gain weight. Yeah. And I'm just like,
I would absolutely want to lose more weight before I got pregnant.
Once I just lose weight, I just want to keep it going.
Right. And also, like, having a baby, them muscles never tighten back.
Oh, and that's my thing too. I most likely will probably have to have a C-section because my appendectomy, I was cut open. So they're like, oh yeah, they're gonna cut that open. And after doing that pain once, I don't want to do that shit again either.
No, that's too much.
Yeah, Shika, this episode has been real.
Yes, had a good time.
Bring back Big Mamas.
Big Mama arms, we need them.
That's why people be on TikTok making these badass recipes because they don't got the Big Mama arm. I want to fucking fight her. Like, I don't even know her
pomegranate. Name. It's always something savory, and then she throws in a fruit.
I shared that shit when she had the mashed potatoes, and then she threw in pomegranate seeds. I want to fucking fight her. And even if she is trolling, you just wasting good ass food at this point. So it's just stupid. So all right. Well, everyone, that is it for this week's episode. Bye, Shika. All right, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you to the homie Shika for dropping in and doing another funny Shit Hits Different episode with me. Also, be sure to support our sponsor, Dame Products. When you support our sponsors who support us, you're ultimately supporting the Boonie Breakdown. And so we thank you so much. You can use the code Boonie10 to save on 10% on all of your Dame product purchases. You can do that at the link in the show notes. All right. So that is it for us this week. And if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or any apps that you listen to your favorites on. Don't forget to leave those 5-star reviews too. You might just hear your review on the next episode. Follow us on all social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make these pretty images for nothing, okay? Have a dope fucking week. Stay healthy, safe, and sane. Thank you for listening. And remember, the ratchet in me always honors the ratchet in you. Home I stay. Until next time.